Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Speak and Boom with Sassy Quality. This is going to be one of the most interesting podcasts you are going to listen. Yeah, I'm going to speak about something which is many people had mistakenly understood what is what. So we are going to deeply crack down into this short podcast. This podcast won't exceed more than 20 minutes, so let's sit back and relax. And don't forget to follow Speak and Boom with Sassy Kulindi in your platforms like Spotify, Google, etc. And even in our Indian platforms like Wing, Ghana, as well as your Geo Savan. This is the most confusing thing people had seen through. One is religion, second is spirituality, third is divinity. So, what is religion? What is spirituality? What is divinity? This is what we are going to explain. So, when you go to these kinds of religion, spirituality, divinity, these things, people don't often go deep dive into this because people will be seeing only like an overview and just start ranting about something like religion, oh, it's spirituality, oh, it's divinity. Because people are not splitting up and seeing what is what. Why? What is this? What is religion? What is spirituality? What is divinity? And why people are just getting misguided of one reason and people are going attacking other things. This is slightly sensitive one, but it should be an awareness for everybody because they don't want to hurt some other thing instead of other thing which they are meaning to. There are things which we need to get explained about. One is more religious person. I'm kind of a religious person, they can say. And second thing is I'm a more spiritual person. They can speak about spirituality. And third, I'm a divine person. A person cannot be divine. Divinity is a quality. Divinity comes as a verb. A person cannot say I'm a divine person because divinity symbolizes something which is beyond the human ecosystem. So divinity is a completely different, but it blends into religion and spirituality, which slightly unites them into a common purpose, but everything is different. Divinity does not involve in any world nature, while spirituality and religion have involves in the people's mindset. A person can be a religious person. A person can be a divine person. Cannot be a divine person. A person can be a spiritual person. So this is what. Let us now deeply dive into what is religion and what is spirituality. Define religion in simple terms, in central point of view. We are not having any bias of left or right or any central biases. So let us simply go into what is religion. What to say? Religion is a set of laws, code of laws, rules, regulations, procedures are completely defined for successful afterlife. The set of procedures, what to do, where to do, why to do, how to do, and also the not cases, what not, why should not, how not. These procedures are also codified for a successful afterlife. A religion code of laws might be either in the form of word or either in a form of voice, which has been codified into books. The books will have supporting books. So these have been not in the case of books. Why it is written in books? Because it has been followed from ages. So religion is a set of laws, procedures, regulations, processes. You can code everything. It's a codified structure of life for a successful afterlife. That is what religion is. So mainly the religion focuses on righteousness is what the belief of people. because this religion has given lot of pluses and minuses which we don't need to deeply dive into. But now we are going to see about what is religion, and this is the definition. While a question had arose into me. Okay, if you say about religion, so then religion is equal to culture. Completely an irrelevant option. Culture does not need to be related to religion. Culture is a way of life of people that does not need to be related for a successful afterlife. Culture is a set of functions that people had followed for ages, but that not related to a code of laws. That is a practice, a hereditary practice that have been followed by a certain group of people who live in a certain place. For example, the hill people, they have certain cultural values. The people who are living in the shores have certain cultural values. The people who live in the city, they have certain cultural values. In village, they have certain cultural values. These cultural values may or may not relate to a religion. So these cultural values cannot be equated to religion, and they are not completely derived from religion. This is what we need to understand. We can also see some of the cultures that have been existed without the advent of religion. Let us talk about spirituality. Now, you might have understood what is religion. Religion is a code of laws, procedures, values, or any points of thought, or any regulations, rules, everything that have been defined for a person for a successful afterlife. While the spirituality complete code of laws are defined for the successful afterlife. Then how it is different from religion? People will ask, because both of their intentions to go to a complete afterlife, successful afterlife, both of their approaches are going for a successful afterlife. This is a valid point that people will ask. Then how spirituality differs from religion? The spirituality does not care about people in the surroundings. So there is something called in a thermodynamics. There are different kinds of system. Open system, closed system, isolated system. So we can see this religion is kind of an open system, while the spirituality is an isolated system. The religion is an open system, that is the code of laws, procedures, rules, regulations, everything has been written to not only for the people, for the people's family, for the people's friends, for the people's circle, for the people who are living with them, everything, the people who are having relationship with them. Relationship in that who are meeting, the person who met them, everything. It covers a wider point of view. Religion covers a wider point of view. But the spirituality is an isolated system. The spirituality does not even care about the person who is near to you, who is standing opposite to you. This spirituality, rules, regulations, procedures are written in a monotonous approach for the one and only person, not for any other person, not for your friends, families. That doesn't expand, even though it has been written to a set of person, it will always be an individual approach. You can see most of the yogis, most of the saints who follow the path of spirituality, they are mostly of individuals. They are not a group of people. The spiritual gurus will be an individual, only a one-to-one contact. There is nothing called a group of people sitting. It will be a monotonous approach. The spirituality does not deal about anything in the surroundings. while the religion deals completely about what happens in the surroundings. The spirituality completely deals about the self, one and only self, while the religion deals about entire circle. Why we are saying circle, circle does not have any corners. The circle does not have any endpoints. The circle can expand. It does not have any endpoints. So, this spirituality, if you see, this is written in a singular point of view. The single individual point of view. It is not written in any of the perspectives, any of the third person, second person point of views. That is what spirituality is. That is how it is completely different from religion. Here, now let us leave the spirituality. Spirituality does not speak about polity. The divinity does not speak about the earthly beings. The divinity always speaks about the supernatural. The supernatural quality. Divinity is a kind of a quality. He is a divine. That is comes in the third perspective or second man perspective. He is a divine person. So this does not comes under the first person quantity. So divinity comes in the second person or third person quantity. So the person who is so spiritual can be classified as a divine person in a third person or second person perspective. Even the religious figureheads can also be classified in that divine. So divine is a quality that is beyond the human or the earthly beings' understanding. So this is what divinity is. Now let us speak about materialism. What is materialism, if you see? Materialism is the term that involves in ownership of anything in the earth or in the universe. Currently you have gone apart from earth, right? You can also think about the universe. Anything. If you are owning anything, you are a materialist. So spirituality is completely against materialism. Spirituality is always towards the successful afterlife. And apart from that, some of this highly rigorous spirituality is even involves in separation of materialism completely. Even the human body is also a material. So complete separation, complete nothingness. The word nothingness completely involves with spirituality. They want to be like a vacuum in their life. That's how a spiritual person needs to be. Free of everything. Free of everything. Nothing. Complete calmness, complete peace. Nothing will go on. Like a watcher. Not even watcher. They don't even think of anything. They will think of the nothingness. That's the spirituality. That is even more than the afterlife, some of the spiritual approaches. So, now we are talking about materialism, right? The religion permits, allows, promotes materialism. Religion does not say no to materialism, but religion also supports the thoughts that are against materialism. Not all religions, some of the religion does this. So, religion promote spirituality, but religion is not spirituality. Religion promotes materialism also. Religion promotes offering materials to the divine beings. So now I tell the term divine. The divine requires materialism. They also ask to promote materialism for providing to the divine. So this religion involves in materialism completely. Material means not a single item, as I told. Material also involves in ruling of a territory, gaining power. Everything comes under the materialism. I am coining each and every term into a single word as materialism, so viewers could able to understand easily. So materialistic approach is heavily involved in religion. That is where spirituality gets separated completely from religion. The materialism, the one word materialism, completely splits spirituality from religion. First of all, we will summarize. Divine, what is divine? Divine is a quality. Divinity, we can simply say divinity is a quality observed in a religious person or a spiritual person, or not even a person, not even a earthly being, observed from a superior being. It's a quality. Now let us come. What is religion? Religion is a set of rules, laws, codes, procedures, regulations, everything that have been codified, defined for a successful afterlife. While spirituality is also same codes, rules, laws, procedures, set of instructions has been defined for a successful afterlife, or it also involves a nothingness or void. Not even afterlife, it's even more than it. The separation from everything. That is the anti-materialistic approach, anti-materialistic version of religion. While religion heavily involves in materialism. As I told, religion is an open system and spirituality is an isolated system. Spirituality focuses on afterlife, how to do, how not to do. While religion also not only speaks completely of afterlife. Afterlife is one of the main goals, but that will be the prime goal. But apart from that, there are also a lot of things that religion involves. Heavy involvement of materialism. Heavy involvement of materialism, like attraction of people or getting some properties to offer to the divine, or everything that is involved in materialism and righteousness in their perspective. So perspective point of view, and not the spirituality completely refrains from the materialistic approach. Religion completely involves in materialism, while spirituality completely abides from self, completely abides self and refrains materialism. So to be honest, religion, it might be a spirituality, but spirituality is not related to religion. An atheist can be a spiritual person, while a spiritual person can also follow a religion, while a religious person can be a spiritual person, but a religious person cannot be atheist. So spirituality does not involve in religion. Even the atheist can be a spiritual person, and a spiritual person can be a religious person, while the religious person also be a spiritual person, while religious person cannot be an atheist. This is how it works. Thanks for listening this most rigorous course, crash course podcast, anything which you say about the religion, spirituality, and divinity.